I'm gonna turn the music down a little bit for.
All right, yeah, we're getting distracted. Okay, so Max, like, I guess give a quick overview of the broad strokes of what NFT Battle Miners is.
Check it out, yo. This is NFT Battle Miners. Huh. Okay, cool. Sorry, it's time to pop for a thing.
Bye, Paul.
Oh, look at this. I just got grid rewards perfectly timed.
Oh yeah, I do have one of those cards going on.
Yeah, so this is NFT Battle Miners. It's a play-to-earn game right now. It's in the mining phase. There's going to be like a battle phase as well where you can play PvP and I think a PvE game. But right now it's mostly a mining game. There's basically you play the game currently through several different ways, and there's a few different types of cards, first of all. So they have their own marketplace, and the types of cards that they have are the main ones are, I guess, packs where you can open and pull some stuff from, but the main ones are land, construction, and utility cards. You want
to show them? I feel like it's easier to learn by doing for me.
Yeah,
at
for
least
sure.
For me particularly.
So here's my.
Not a smart man.
I have a few, but you could, if like for example, Mark has one active. What is this called?
I think it's an active card.
Yeah.
So that's the one, but that is like a mini game, so it's like a game within the game.
So you can play the mini games with any of the cards, but like the main game, if you want to play the main mining portion of the game, you'd need basically a land and an active card at least. But I'll explain this as we go. So first of all, here's like my active cards, and then if you just have, let's say, one active card and no land, the only way to play the game at the moment would be to go here to mini games. And then you can do either the active or the mining grid game. So I have the mining grid here. You could choose one of these squares, place your, like, click it, choose your active card, place it onto the square, and then every hour, you see the colors here is like what happened last hour. But every hour, certain squares get picked, and everybody gets some kind of kickback from that. It can be different tokens each hour, I think, and sometimes it's NFTs as well. So that, and then once you've placed this, that just keeps going forever in the background. So you don't have to do that again. You'll just every hour be like in this drawing to win tokens or NFTs, which is pretty sweet. And then the other mini game you can play with them is the active guess one, where you join one of 4 different teams and choose a number. So when you join team, you choose like your NFT again, and then you choose your number, and then every hour a number, like one of the teams wins, and that team splits a prize between all the people who played that round. So that's like an active thing. You'd have to do that every hour if you want to enter it, or you can just leave your NFT on the grid and walk away and come back whenever you're ready to claim. So that's if you only have like one active card or some like one NFT in this collection. That's a way to play the game still while you're like working your way up to getting a land or something. But let's actually get into the mining side. So if you click on the mining tab in their website, it looks like this, your mining operations. So you want to start by choosing, the first slot, and it asks for target. This is where you need to put your land. So I have a couple different lands, and the difference between the lands is always, I'm trying to zoom in on here. So what resource they mine. This one says Fusium. This one does, what is that? Actium.
And there's 4 different total minerals, and each of them have different use cases. So we can go into that later, but generally, like, there are 4 separate minerals, each of which these land cards produce a different one.
Yeah, exactly. So I went and I bought one land from each of the different ones, and then I bought one more that was good for, or I think I pulled this one from a pack, but it has a decent like NFT mining. So I'll explain that too. But so I basically have one from each land here, and the thing you're looking for on the land cards here, what you're looking at basically is the numbers here, the bottom left and right numbers. So the bottom left is resource mining, and the bottom right is NFT mining. And anytime you're on a land, you have to choose between one or the other. So you can't do both at once. So for this one, it says it's Fusium, so it has an 8 output for Fusium resource, or a 7 for NFTs, and NFTs come from their partner pool. So if you win the NFT on the hour, you get an NFT from like one of the partnered pools with them. So that's like another way to like passively get NFTs rather than trying to get currency. But
so partnership for them is less so staking, although like not to complicate it all, but it sounds like they were talking about having some sort of staking elements added to the game. But for right now, a partner project essentially is that these partner projects provide X amount of NFTs to this pool, and then this pool has a random chance for mining operations to pull NFTs from that pool, of which the RNG chance to get it is through the stats on these cards.
And then here are the partnership collections currently. So you have Metaforce, you have a chance to get Taco, Atomic Kings, Gods and Legends, Gold Cage, Crittercraft, like a bunch of different partnerships. Oh, ultra rares too.
Let's see. Oh, whoops. You can also get NFT Battle Miner NFTs from the mining NFTs, so it's not all project ones as well.
Yeah, that's true. You can also get Battle Miner NFTs.
So do I have to send this mining setup out to mine, then call them back? I often log in and have no materials. So I don't think it's... Is it like Alien Worlds where you actually have to start it, or like?
So let's do that.
I think once you set it, it's there and it just passively does stuff.
Yeah, let's do it right now. So I have these lands here. So really quick, what we're looking at was the mineral mining and the NFT mining yield of the land, like how powerful it is in that category. Top left is what level the land is. Whatever color it is indicates its rarity. So this is an epic. These are both epic. These are commons. So I have two epics.
Oh, so the green is epic and the blue is common.
And the red is rare, and then like purple is legendary, and then like a darker purple is ultimate, which is a little like you could have maybe done a different color, but it's okay. So level is up here. This is a level 4 epic is what that means. And then this slot up here, the number here, means how many spots, like how many slots this land has for mining equipment. So I'm going to choose this land, and now that I have my land as the target, I can see that, remember, it has a 4 here. So now I have 4 spots that I can put active cards on. So I can do either active or construction. So that's the third type of card, where it was land, active, or construction cards. So I'm going to use, for my first slot, I have a killer construction card. This is a legendary level 5 construction.
So what's the difference between an active or a mining card and a construction card?
So
do
the
stats just play out differently?
So the active card actually has its own like mining output, just like the active card does. But the the construction card also has, you see this has a 2. So this active card has 2 slots in it as well. So watch, when I add this card to my mining, I now have
get 2 extra
slots. So I can stick 2 more fucking active things onto this land. And
so the construction card gives you greater output because you can play more cards.
Not only that, so I'm adding, so the way that this mine, basically I'm gonna mine on this land. I want to mine Fusium. So this land has a Fusium output. That's why I can choose Fusium or NFT, because you can choose one or the other. Higher level lands sometimes will also have multiple resources, and if they do, you have to choose one of them. You can't mine both at once. So don't ape into a land that has multiple resources thinking you can mine them both at once. So I'm choosing Fusium, and then this construction card, now I'm getting 8 base rate with the 6 added to it to start doing the mining. Like the way that the mining calculation works is, hold on, where did I save that?
Too many tabs every time.
Yeah. Let's see, it is basics. No. I forgot where I put that thing. There it is. Okay, so yeah, here it kind of explains it too. So you here have the 3 slots. What are you doing? There you go. 3 slots. You're adding the mining equipment. Let's go. Here's the mining equation now. Let's do.
Oh man, you're losing me. This is looking very confusing now.
So this is like all of the active cards you're sticking in get added up, multiplied by the land number. So right now, my land has an 8. and my active score is 6. So right now it's 8 times 6 is my mining yield for this land, right? So I'd be making 8 times 6, whatever that is, per hour in Fusium at the moment. I can increase that by adding another miner. So this one will be 4. So now it's 6 and 4 times the 8 is how that math works out, basically. But I'll just do it. We don't have to do the math. We can just like stack this and play it like a game more than trying to do math. But I really like that you can do this in a bunch of different ways. So now the strategy to start mining on this land becomes, basically filling it with your top level, the bottom left number is what I care about now, because I'm mining resources. I need active cards that have high resource mining scores. So I'm choosing my highest ones to fill up the rest of this land now.
So if it's not a construction card, what does that top right number mean? If it's a mining card, is that just the mining output?
That's like a power and an energy out number that's currently not in play, as far as I understand. Like that has to do with the battle part of Battle Miners. So you can use these same active cards later on in the battle portion of the game, but right now we're just mining resources.
All right, just real quick. So like for one, I mean, obviously like ask questions along the way. If you'd like clarification or anything, or if you want to slow down or what have you, feel free. Like CMAC Pride, I think you were the one who was saying, like, can you do a quick overview? So I don't know if this is fitting the bill for you, but please chime in if it is not.
Also, so this one, I'm choosing now to add this active card instead of this one, even though this is the epic and this is the rare, because this has a 3 in NFT mining and a 2 in resource mining, and this has a 2 and a 2. But I'm only going to get the 2 for this because I'm doing resource mining right now using this card. So they're basically going to do the same thing for me right now. And I can use this 3 on a different land that I'm going to use to mine NFTs and get a higher yield. So I'm going to choose this one.
See. Okay. So you can have multiple lands, and then having multiple lands, you can either do like one land for each major land mineral, or one for NFTs, one for land, or what have you, and mix and match as you go.
So now you can see that it was actually updating too, like in let's see if I can just, so it'll show you now. I'm making now, when you add the 6 plus 4 plus 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2 times 8, that's 227 per hour that I'm getting now of the Fusium. And you see that the Fusium rate on this land is higher than all the other ones because my Constructum card has plus 16% Fusium mining.
Oh, interesting. What are the other special effects on your other miners? Like it looks like they have some sort of special little text there.
Oh yeah, they have, let's see.
Like what's an example of some other ones, like other special abilities, I guess?
Yeah, I just hit save, so it's sent now, by the way. So when I hit save, now you can see the mining operation is here, and it says status sent, 19 minutes. So it's going to take 20 minutes before it starts mining at 50% capacity. And then it'll start going to 75 and then 100% after 3 hours of being live like this.
And then you have to recall it to gain to pocket the minerals that you have.
So when you check on your mining tab, you'll see here's your hourly rate for your whole operation, all the lands you have live right now. And then here it'll show how much you've mined so far on those lands before you've returned them to base. So your balance should be here. You won't see it in your wallet. Once you like want to bring it to your wallet, you'll have to click on your mining operation, like view operation, return to HQ. And then it takes 20 minutes. It'll return to HQ. And once it gets there, the 20-minute cooldown ends. And this balance will be available in your wallet to withdraw. And then from there, you'll be able to repair your like your operation. You'll have an option down here. Let's say repair, or it'll say send back out, and then you can just hit send, and it'll go back. It'll take another 20 minutes, and then it'll go back to mining. Okay. So to claim your stuff, you'd have to like you click return to HQ, wait the 20 minutes, then click send again, and then once it's been back at HQ, those resources will be in your wallet. Okay,
and then there's like a certain like deterioration rate, right? So once your mining is going on, it like reduces it loses health or something, and then you'd have to repair it to bring it back. Because The reason I ask is in regards to this question: why is my mining rate decreasing? I believe once it takes damage and it reaches a certain point that your mining rate decreases. Correct me if I'm wrong, though, Max.
Yeah, so what's happening is that each spot here, there's actually a thing about it here. It is, I'll just say it because I don't want to find the text. But yeah, so basically every hour when a mining happens, there's a 12% chance or something like that something in the operation takes damage. And it'll take, here, if we look at the operation, it'll take damage in the form of this health will be decreasing over time.
Mm-hmm.
So like this one's at 98% right now. When you have your operation back at HQ, you have an option down here to repair it, and that pretty much instantly heals all of it. They did say that there's a way to do the healing without having to spend any of the resources by taking the mining operation offline. So I'm not 100% sure how that works because I've tried taking mine off and it didn't seem to be working. But that is so far how I've been able to repair them.
But generally, you have to use a particular mineral to repair them that you spend. Okay.
Yeah, you have to use basically the mineral that it's mining. So for my fusium mine, those would require fusium to repair. Like all of this stuff is fusium mining.
Mm-hmm.
But then for like a constructium mine, like let me do actually a minium mine is the next one I want to set up. It's this one here, because I have a construction card for this as well, which boosts the minium output. But you see, this construction card only has a slot 1 here, so it only like replaces itself rather than giving me like the
like additional slots.
Yeah, but this is a common level 2, whereas the other one was like a legendary level 5. Like that was a really good pull.
And so with regards to the idea that your mining rate can decrease, is that proportional to how much damage your mining operation has taken?
Yeah, that's right. So here, global break chance, here it is. So this is it'll tell you basically how to like it'll tell you like the more cards that you put attached to a single land in one mining operation, the higher the break chance becomes. So right now the break chance of this operation is 112, right? If I save this and send it out and now make another operation here, say mine Actium, select a miner, I want to save this 3. Oh, those are both 3s. I'll just do this. So right now only 100%, and then every additional card I add is going to bring that up. I think there's a threshold of like 2 or 3, and then it starts going up, but we'll see. 3. There it goes. On the 4th card, it goes up. So that's like a way to make it so that if I had like 4 different level 5, construction cards, you could actually have a image of some of the ultimate setup would be, you have this land which has 4 slots with 4 of the like unlimited versions of this land, which each have what is that, like 3 slots? Yeah, they each have 3 slots. So then in each 3 of those slots could be filled with the highest level miner. So a setup like this would be like the highest possible setup for something like in this game that would be possible. And that produces 6,216 tokens per hour.
Damn.
Yeah, which is insane. But it's again, because it's a function like this, every additional like number, like the difference between a 1 and a 2 output on those active cards is massive, because you're getting a multiple on the performance, especially if you have a bigger mining operation.
So is there a threshold of like, once your operation is down to say 75%, then it starts reducing your mining output, or is there like is there a math to that?
You
like
can actually, I don't know what the exact equation is, but you can actually see it if you click view operation. It'll still tell you your current rate based, like taking into account all the damage that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So this rate will like decrease, and you'll be able to see what that is.
And is that break multiplier? So is it like 112% chance to do a RNG pull of damage?
It's like, yeah, it's
Is the damage
112%.
randomized?
The damage is per it's the land, the construction card, and the active cards. Any one of them can take damage.
And then how much
multiple
damage
ones
is
per roll.
that? Consistent, or is that a random chance on how much it
I
takes?
think that's like a fixed number of damage, but random, like in random integers of time. The bigger the operation, the more often your stuff takes damage. That way, that operation that's pulling 6,000 per hour would probably need to be repaired every like 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but that to kind of like curves the ability of like some whales to be able to just like farm shit tons of the tokens for free. You'd have to pretty much repair your stuff constantly. Is the idea there? But yeah, let me know if there's. I'm gonna send. These
I'll just keep an eye on the questions so far. Yeah, so
this is my Constructium land. So most of my like miner cards that I'm adding to these are pretty like just common like stuff that pulled from packs after playing all the fucking awesome shit.
Okay, so order of operations, you got all your shit set up.
I gotta select here.
So you got your lands all going, all your mining operations are out doing their shit. Then you just kind of set it and forget it.
Yeah, so this one is a 2 and a 3, so it's the 3 is higher on that one, so I'm choosing NFT for this one. But yeah, I kind of just set these, and then I do like DeFi stuff every day, so like I do every morning, like check on them.
It's just like your routine.
Yeah, I call them back at the beginning of my like DeFi cycle. So like I call my lands back, and I have 20 minutes that I'd spend like claiming land minerals from other games, like resetting like positions on my exchanges and stuff. And then when I'm done with that, I come back, I claim my lands, and then I'll show you what I do next.
Because Lou, Stream Raiders is ready whenever you are, by the way.
All right, I'll do quick Stream Raiders then.
So I'm setting this one to NFT mining. So see,
I flipped onto my screen really quick.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, okay. I'll just save it and send it out.
This should only take a minute, and then we'll go back to battle mining. I guess I have a question. Is it possible to lose money repairing your stuff? Like, is it possible that my farms are so low output that repairing the equipment is not even worth it?
Yeah, like
I don't think so. I think it's like a function of the rarity of the stuff. The more rare the item is, the more it costs to repair, and the like cheaper it is, and the lower the output is, the cheaper it is to repair. And that function makes it so that no matter how much damage it takes, it's generated more than it costs to repair that amount of damage. But you could get unlucky and have it reduce your output by like quite a bit if you have a huge operation. It's also partly RNG, you can have a big operation and just not take damage because you're a lucky son of a bitch.
I need to repair my stuff. I was hoping like I could figure out how to repair it for free, but we can't.
It said in the Medium article, it said that it should repair automatically when it's back at base, which that does not seem to be happening for me.
Yeah, I let mine sit for a while.
And then there's eventually like some PvP mechanics. I believe they're planning to implement eventually.
Willow Bard says there is no free repair.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like to me as well. I've paid to repair mine last time
I guess I'll pay to repair my stuff then. Trying to be cheap.
I kind of like that. The token has some serious use cases. So that's the next thing I wanted to mention here is like when you're mining. Oh, nice. I guess I'll wait till.
See, the NFT mining ones are potentially not generating shit and still to be repaired, so those could actually lose you.
That's true. It's possible you never get.
Let me set up the next battle, and then we'll go into your screen real quick. So, Twalter, Toon, and Autumn's Toys are the item reward winners, and we're on a new map. Boss defeated. Well done, everybody. Got a decent amount of people here. Let's do a 2-star one.
Call these guys back.
All right, now we're going to be back on your screen, Max, in a second here.
Okay.
I think the auto repair might be more expensive, but it might not be. I can't remember the math on that. The auto repair has different numbers as far as how much it costs to repair your stuff.
Yeah, that's there's also a way to do it like without having to call your operation back. Where
Yeah,
you
that's the
set it
auto
to, like,
repair.
yeah.
But you
I
have to
think
call it back
it
first
costs
and then
more.
turn it on.
It costs more like to repair, but it
It's
also
20%
doesn't require
more.
you. It doesn't require you to take your operation offline and have it re-ramp up online. So that might also represent 20% if you do that often enough. So it's an interesting like game. That whole like concept here is like you're strategizing to like maximize what you can do with what you have, which I really I like that as a strategy like game enthusiast.
All right, so you got all these minerals.
Okay,
So
so
what do
I'm
these
mining.
minerals do? So you have 4 different minerals, all with different use cases. So what is the difference?
Yeah, so you have, like I said, these like this is the common, you have the rare, the epic, and then like the legendaries, right? So the way to like get up to those levels is to go from, see the top left corner number here, this is a 2. You gotta go like to level 5, like this one is at level 5, and then like once you get to level 5, it gets the option to fuse, and that brings it to the next rarity stage. And right now, leveling up is done with those resources. So this is a Minium thing, so I need Minium to upgrade it, as well as a second NFT of the same platform, or I could do a pure level up, which requires just the NFT I already have and a mix of all 4 of the different tokens.
Oh,
to level it up.
interesting.
Which this is definitely a better, much more cost-effective thing to do at higher levels, because you don't have to like match a legendary with another legendary.
And what's the difference between like fuse and leveling up?
So this is pure leveling up, is using all of these, and then fuse is when you get to level 5. Fuse you can't do with resources. You need the resource of it, and you need a second level 5 of the same one. So to get out of to get up to the next rarity up, you need to have 2 level 5s of the lower rarity to fuse together, plus the resources. So plus 2 level 5s and the resource cost of that specific mineral, which of fusium, sorry, because fusing cost fusium. That's the one mineral that like you need that for any type of thing. So if you want to fuse like something like anything, it requires fusium once you get to level 5. But the pure level ups,
I think now you can use one lower card and resource to level up, but I think you don't have to have a specific level anymore.
Yeah, for the leveling up, it's like, let's see, I have a few duplicates of this guy probably.
It used to be you needed super specific ones though. Like for level 4, you needed a level 3, and for level 3, you need a level 2. Now
So
I think it's not so specific.
Like I have a rare one here that's a level 2. If I say level up, it will let me take my commons for that. I can take my level 3 and my level 2 common.
Any lower will work. That's dope.
Yeah. So I can level up my rare with a common one, but that's not the same as fusing.
Does it change the amount of minerals you need?
No.
Like if you had a higher rarity, would the mineral cost be lower then?
That I'm not sure, because I don't have any higher rarity ones to pair this with the test.
I see. So here's a stupid question.
I think the mineral cost is the rarity of this one. Like the rarity of the one you're leveling up is fixes the mineral cost, and then not the one you're choosing to pair it against.
Yeah.
So you have all these minerals, you have all these things that you level up to then get more minerals.
Yeah.
What I feel like is this purely like a point to mine NFTs, or is there some next stage of the game where you leveled up all these things?
This is the mining side of battle mining. So
this is basically like Alien Worlds, and this is Thunderdome isn't out yet, but there's gonna be a battle part for all this stuff too.
So all of these have
so these minerals and the building of your operation is to funnel into a PvP piece, but the PvP piece has not been implemented.
Yeah, I'd say based on how well they're doing this, I trust that they'll figure it out faster than Alien Worlds will.
They moved a lot faster than Alien Worlds.
They really are. There's already, like, if you go here, you can even come and vote on, like, here, cast your vote on future things.
Which we should also say, they've changed the way this works multiple times. So don't, like, YOLO into any one strategy, because the strategies can change. Like, how much you need to upgrade your stuff.
Oh, no, this was just my vote. But I voted Each level up requires the first level of the same card, but a lower rarity. So
I do like the governance model. That is kind of nice. And how many votes do
that's
you
how it works
get?
now.
Like, is the votes
the
based
votes
on...
are based on the NFTs that you own in the game, not and the land minerals. I think actually, like it has like a weird balance.
Yeah,
of,
there's
like,
right there.
not-
Strength is determined by the assets.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Right there. Card piece 1 points. Active cards are 1.25, and then depending on your rarity, I think in your power it's different.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. So I have like a decent mind, so I have more votes than somebody who only has like one active card probably, which is kind of nice. So,
yeah, that also means though that the strategy can change. So don't like invest
Yeah, and
super
there's been
heavily into one because
several-
they can swap it, and then you could be like, oh shit, I bought
just
all
in
of these
time,
super
look at this.
all these super exact amounts that you need to level your land up, and then they change you don't need that anymore. So you could definitely like YOLO into a strategy on the aftermarket that then you speculated in the wrong direction because the governance votes to change it. So just be aware of that before you like go too crazy.
Yeah, dive too deep into one thing.
So here's the other way that we just saw all those like green things coming in. It says reason LP holder reward. So you're also able to mine for these minerals without having any Battle Miner NFTs at all. But if you look at mining, but if you go to wallet, there's the Alcor swap pools, all of these different pools. So wax against all 4 of the minerals, and then all of the minerals against each other. If you participate in supplying liquidity to any of these pools, you then get every hour your cut of a distribution reward that gets paid directly to your wallet, and that's what you just saw dropping into my wallet.
In addition to the fees that you would accumulate through Alcor naturally. So this
anything
is
that you're making on Alcor. So here I have my wallet on Alcor, and then here I am participating in these all the minerals against each other, and then my extra fusion, my pair against wax. And just for having done that, like so now like I collected my mining for the day, so it's in the wallet because I had been recalling my operation. So now I can go withdraw, click the money, hit withdraw, and do that for all of these guys. And then I can just go and pair them into those pools. And then every hour I'll get, I think they do 3,000 or something an hour, or 30,000 an hour or something. That gets distributed to like as 100% to everybody who's participating in these pools. And then since I own, a small percentage of the entire pools, which we can look at in a second once I finish withdrawing these.
Boofin said they just announced on NBM assets put on sale will no longer be allowed to be used in current operations.
Oh, that's cool. That's going to make it
That's kind of like our plan.
to
You can't sell it while you're staking.
That makes it much more difficult to sell like those high value items like that that rig, that legendary level 5 I have on sale, or I have mining right now, is also listed for sale for like several $1,000s.
Can't have your cake and eat it too, Max.
I know, I guess not.
It was good while it lasted.
But now, so I can come here, I just withdrew those coins. So now I can come into these, and you can see I own like 1% of this pool, 0.26 of this one. So every hour, the distribution rewards that are allocated to this pool, I get 1.02% of. Or for this one, I get 0.65. So I can just click the plus here, or if this is your first time coming to Alcor, you come to the swap, you choose the tokens that you want to pair from the drop down there. And then you just click plus liquidity up here. Choose one side of the pair. It'll automatically fill in the counterpart, and then you provide liquidity and send the transaction. And that's all you need to do. Like it'll be watching. Oh, fuck that up. But that's all you need to do. You don't have to do anything on Battle Miners' side in order to get this to start earning you passive liquidity. They'll just start dropping the rewards to your wallet directly now.
Should I see how much I've made since last night?
Say again?
Since last night, I entered the Constructium pool.
Yeah.
I entered with, let's see how much I have. I have 79,000 Constructium and 113,000 Fusium. I think that cost me, I put 250 wax on each side. And since last night, I have 858 Constructium and 1,100 Fusium.
Damn, dude.
So that's just for my just for my liquidity pool position, and I am not paying to repair. I don't have to pull shit out. I don't have to deal with any of that. I don't have to deal with like throttling my power if I want to remove my position. I'm just farming tokens because I was like, after seeing all the changes of the rules, I'm like, I mean, they could change how much they provide liquidity too, so you could get burned on that speculation too. But I'm speculating on the side right now that like liquidity has a lot less fucking caveats than liquidity pool providing. Seems to be more straightforward than like trying to learn all the tokenomics of the game.
It's just like we did for TLM. You know, it's like I could mine 10 times a day, or I could just get a big position in TLM and then just liquidity.
But they could vote to change the liquidity pool incentive, so I guess that's a risk.
Yeah. So then there's one more thing going on here, and that is they do a weekly leaderboard for the top liquidity providers, where the first person, I think the first place every week gets like 2 survival packs. The second place gets like 1 survival pack, and then you get like different NFTs like shards or like packs.
Those packs are pretty valuable too.
It's very cool. Yeah, it's a really good deal. It's like the survival pack comes with like, I think it's like a land and an active card or something. Like it's pretty good. And that's, again, you don't need to buy anything other than having a position in the tokens themselves. So if you were to just like you wanted to like try to get like on the top of that leaderboard, you could just buy a bunch of like the assets on Alcor, put them into this pool to get a top position, and then using your top position, get the rewards every week from the, you know, leaderboard rewards, as well as the distribution rewards into your wallet, as well as the yield from the liquidity pool itself on Alcor.
The other thing about this is like, even though you're not like directly participating in the game, you're making the game better for people that play it. Because when people want to be able to enter large positions or exit the game, like people that are playing and just want to sell, they get less slippage when there's more liquidity. So like, I don't know, I feel like this is a win-win for everybody. Is when you're like,
you can see the liquidity in this pool is just like climbing hard too. Like it's working to incentivize the liquidity.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
I'm trying to get up on that liquidity leaderboard now.
And there's some basic psychology of leaderboards, whether you like to admit it or not. Just like being at the top of any leaderboard just kind of feels good, even though I know it's like completely arbitrary sometimes. I don't know. I think there's something just in our brains that just kind of likes that competitive nature as well. At least in the gamer mentality, particularly, because like gamers like to game, and that this is definitely gamifying the token.
Yeah, it definitely, and it's successfully, in my opinion, is gamifying like liquidity providing, because I'm interested. I like the leaderboard system. I like the reward incentives, like getting an extra like mining rigs or stuff just for like having the tokens and providing liquidity to a game that I'm actually like into playing, and I want those tokens to upgrade my lands anyway. So it's like, why not buy a big stake in them, and before using them to upgrade my lands, it's just supply liquidity and try to like win some new lands. It's cool, but it's competitive. You know, people see these opportunities, and again, it's like potentially if you want to do risk assessment, you know, you're not buying an NFT that you have to find a single buyer for. You're buying a fungible token that you can sell incrementally. So it's a lot easier of a position to get into and out of.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, I like that thought process.
I definitely think there's risk as far as like
there's risk, but it's definitely
I took my value out of Wax and put it into these tokens. There's a chance that Wax does better than this game ever does, and like I would have just made more money by holding Wax. So there's definitely a risk just jumping into this token or this game at all. But I'm just trying to play the game, and like I think playing the liquidity pool is just a different way of playing the game.
Exactly.
I'm kind of taking that angle right now, but there is just a risk by playing the game. So like, I don't know, don't jump in, don't overextend. We always say not financial advice, but like, just because there's returns doesn't mean the thing you're getting back in return is going to be more valuable than what you put into it, which seems to be a case with a lot of these games. Holding Wax is not a bad idea ever.
Yeah, so if like, again, if like they come out with a really cool game that like makes a desirable use case for burning these token assets, remains to be seen, but is possible, and is like, I mean, I really like the way that they've structured their tokenomics so far, and the like level to which they've actually like achieved a functioning like game and even DAO side of things. It's great. So
yeah, I think they're farther than Alien Worlds or Our Planet, and they came like 6 months after them. So, well, 6 months after Our Planet, like almost a year after Alien World. So they're definitely like the amount they've done and how quickly they've done, and the fact that they take user input and like feel like you actually have a voice in some of the changes, and it's not just like, I don't know. I like everything they're doing.
I like their
I agree.
whitelisting too, like with the raffle system for their whitelisting. And I mean, yeah, if Our Planet and Alien Worlds are like the blue chip games of the wax space, I do think, like you said, they definitely can hang with those top level brands in a pretty quickly.
I think in development, yes, but not in money people are spending on it. Like
Yeah.
Farmer's World would be your third top brand right now, like for sure.
And that one was quick to reach the top 2. Farmer's World hasn't been around that long either.
Like suspiciously quick. Silent, you can stake your wax to CPU, and then it's a forced hodl at least for 3 days while your like FOMO cools off, and then by the time it's unstaked, that's the secret. Stake your wax to your CPU. If you have it liquid and you don't want to like spend it on NFTs, stake it.
Yeah, 72 hours is a good cool off. Yeah.
Wax Arena, Ashiki's been posting that. I don't know if it's Ashiki or one of the mods. One of the mods is posting that they've been talking internally about adding governance to Wax Arena, so you could maybe vote with your AXP stake.
I love everything I hear about like the upcoming stuff in Wax Arena. I'm so excited that I have like a PP stake. That's the other thing about it too, is like as somebody who just got a huge amount of PP added to their like output, I staked all of it to my character. Like I'm not like that game is, the mechanics are great. Like I want to play it, you know. It's like even though my PP doubled, I'm like, oh shit, I don't have enough still.
Well, and the tokenomics and like encourage you to play. It is not only like an encouragement; it's advantageous to play the game because of the way the tokenomics are structured.
The token's it's not easy to get, and there's not a big max supply. Like when you look at all the other games, you can make a shit ton of Aether, you make a shit ton of Selenium. TLM isn't as crazy, but like I don't know, AXP is super finite compared to all the other games, and like as we're seeing now, he just made it harder to get passively. You have to like do a bunch of active stuff to be able to get it. So I don't know. I bought a bunch, not financial advice, but I bought a bunch to be able to get in the Ludus just because I want to be able to farm more passively, or I guess actively because you're training. But
so real quick, as just a check-in here before we get off topic on the NFT Battle Miners stuff, like, is there any latent questions? Anything you would like Max to go into more detail on with regards to Wax Arena? I mean, we can jump in and start chopping it up about Wax Arena and stuff too, but just so we can kind of tie the knot on the NFT Battle Miner portion.
That was kind of like the gist of what like my NFT Battle Miner like gaming is so far. Right now, it's
and
like a mining
that's
game.
basically the full breadth of how you play the game at this point.
Right now, it's a mining game. You get to strategize like how best to stack your NFTs to get like the yield that you want from your current like setup. There's going to be like new aspects introduced that again they will use the same active cards, and it'll change your whole strategy of like, oh well, I want to battle with this guy. So now if I'm removing that card from this mine, then like what do I, if I replace it with this, I need to move it from here. And like I like all that kind of shit quite a bit. It's really fun.
Okay, so CMAC Pride says, what is the first thing that you need to even get started? So you need a land and an active card?
You can do active card. They have mini games, so you could just start the mini games with an active card and that's it. But if you want to mine like with your own operation, you need a land card to put the active card inside of. I think you can probably get the cheapest land is probably like $10-15 right now, and then the cheapest active card is like $5. So you could really get in for like $20. It's gonna be a real shit operation, but
yeah, at least you're doing something. Yeah,
so I've been not hitting any of the NFTs for my NFT mining, but I have gotten NFTs through the mini game, like through the grid.
The mini games actually aren't bad. I've gotten a bunch of NFTs through NFT mining though. I don't know if you've seen my posts. I got like a ticket from their store, which is worth like $15.
Oh,
I got one of those shards, like the card shards that you need to combine.
I've gotten a shard too. Yeah, that's true. I've gotten a shard.
And then I got a Journey to Godhood, like a crossbow from that game, and that was worth like $3. So I don't know. I've gotten like five or so drops, and I've gotten pretty lucky in those mini games. Like I'm pretty like passively just mining stuff from the mini games. I have 3 cards in there, so I haven't like done the math of what's the most profitable. So I don't really know what to recommend, but. Yeah, I like all the different use cases for all their stuff. There's a lot of different ways to play the game.
Yeah, lots of. And if you don't want to be active about it, just setting it on the grid is totally like like it works. I've been getting grid rewards since like months.
I'm
Yeah,
also
I
doing
think-
the guessing number game, and I get that rewards
it's
from the
fun.
guessing number just consistently.
I guess
Yeah.
the question of
Like even with just one active card, you could do that.
like mining versus NFT mining. I mean, the minerals are going to help you upgrade your cards more frequently. It's going to help you repair the operation to then mine more, to then upgrade the cards. So if you're just looking to get like NFT value out of this operation and keep it the way it is, then you could do that. But you're not going to level up things as quickly. So I guess it just depends on what your end goal is. So there's like two different approaches to that.
Keep
and
also
you can mine NFT Battle Miner NFTs by virtue of doing that. So I guess you could kind of go for more of a jackpot approach that you get new NFT Battle Miner cards by virtue of NFT mining, which then saves you the time of trying to upgrade your existing cards. At least that's how I read it.
You get a lot of partnered stuff more than NFT Battle Miners when you mine NFTs.
There are really rare potentials in there, but it's also potentially not valuable either. So
Here we go. So
I haven't done it.
Is it worth it to upgrade your cards? If there's some sort of math on the ROI of like a certain level of card where it hits.
I'm sure
like an
someone in their
asymptote.
Discord has made a chart somewhere, but
I agree.
there's a lot of people very into the math behind it. But I'd say we're actually more casual players compared to like the core community of their game.
Yeah, I'm sure if there's a chart, somebody will post it in their Discord for sure. And then for the mineral that you need to repair, it should be the same as the mineral that's generated by the item. So if it's a fusium like miner or fusium like land, it should require fusium to repair.
And I do think the value of leveling up your lands is it's unclear at this point with a major piece of the game unreleased. So like
Also,
with the PvP not available, the value of the levels of your land and the amount of minerals you need is unclear because you don't know what that portion of the game is going to need.
Also, I don't know if Max mentioned the leveling up is different on every single card. So like even within the different power levels or whatever. So not power levels, rarities. So like one card, a common level 3 to 4 could give it 0 stat change, and the one other card, common level 3 to 4, it could go from resource mining 1 to 2. So it's different within every single one, and even within the rarities, like it's not. There's like no uniform for how they're upgradable.
Yeah,
so, like,
there's some
actually could be a big
that,
difference if you leveled up once.
Yeah, there's commons that do better than like legendaries in other cards too. It matters what type you get, and what really matters is the numbers, like the bottom left and bottom right numbers. Those like resource mining strength.
And there's a library that tells you how they're upgraded from like every rarity, and like you got to look through that book, and you can kind of see some suck in the first couple levels, and then they get really good. And people won't know that, so they'll sell the first couple levels for really cheap.
Yeah.
And if you know you can level it up, you'll get like you can be able to level that up for cheaper than buying one with the higher stats. Like
okay, so if you do your research a little bit, you can power through. Like there's a couple levels you can power through for a big payoff later.
The mining laser is one of those where, like in the later levels, it has a really high resource mining yield. I think the mining albums are the most sought after mining cards. Period. Like
it's a lot of research. I'd say that is the game. If you don't like researching, don't play the game. But like
that's definitely the game.
My favorite part of playing Alien Worlds was trying to get the best 3 tools that work together to get the best output for myself. And I feel like that's what this game is. But you can do like a lot more for gaming the system through the aftermarket, the leveling, and like there's ways you can arbitrage where like you can trade value one way for another that people don't see because they don't do the research. And I don't know, that's pretty much the game right now. So
just knowing that like to get a like rare is the same as 2 level 5 commons is like a way to understand the aftermarket value better, even if you don't mine at all.
Yeah, I think that ability to like dive in, research, understand all the nuances of it all is part of playing the game, and that's what makes it fun. But that definitely is a type of playing games that depends on the person. Like being able to nerd out and go really deep into the nuance of all these things is really fun for a lot of people, and so this is a type of game that caters to that type of player.
As well as like much more passive too. Like you could just stick your stuff on the grid. You could just put stuff in the liquidity pool and earn that way. Like it's a really cool like ecosystem they're setting up here of like economics or tokenomics rather. It's fun.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the battle part of the game too. Like I said, if they introduce a good use case for burning the tokens for a like fun, like basically, pay tokens for like fun gaming experience, I will be very thrilled.
Is there? Have they released any sort of ETA on like a rough roadmap on when that will be implemented?
I haven't seen any like formal announcement, but I don't know.
Yeah, constructor cards are extremely fucking powerful. Like, I get why they don't sell for less than $100. They're really fucking like they up your. It's basically like adds a second slot plus a really good mining thing on the slot that you just added. And at higher levels, like you saw my legendary, it adds 2 more slots. It's insane.
Wait, here we go. It says December Q4 is PvP beta release.
Oh,
January
yeah.
Q1 2022 is PvP full release, and March is Metaverse release is on the roadmap.
Yeah, so they really have like they have a pretty solid like thing going. I'm pretty excited to have my mining stake set up so that when the battles start, I have a mine ready to fund my battle effort.